Morning traders, and this is your Dax day trading setup for today. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We go through this every single day of the week. Okay, and sometimes we actually look at some other scenarios and focus on price action or trading strategies. We put out a video every weekend on that. So at this stage, we are still in this downtrend. We've had our second indecision bar. Okay, now what I want to do is just come down to 3 hour and basically just show you what we have here. So first scenario we have here is we have a megaphone formation. Now we've got a megaphone formation after a fairly strong trend to the upside. So this is our strong trend to the upside. Okay, and then we're going into this consolidation pattern. If I look at the oscillators, this is brewing for another break to the upside. Okay, so I just want to make sure we've got the right. Yeah. Okay, so we are in a fairly strong downtrend at the moment, but it's not necessarily one that I need to worry about because it is still inside this channel. Okay, we spoke about this channel yesterday, and to me, this is still the channel or the flag. And if this does break to the upside, we have a pretty strong move that we're looking for here. Let's go to the weekly and takes us to this previous breakout here, and you can see that's quite significant if I look to the left. Okay, so that kind of would bring, if I look at the weekly pattern as well, that's pretty much what I suspect is going to happen. So from a long-term perspective, this is what we're looking for. So I am looking for a long entry. Okay, so if we come down to the 3 hour, you can see this is our scenario that we have at the moment. So what you're looking for is a long, and I'm actually almost inclined to say go long with a stop right down the bottom here, 350 point stop loss, because that is the scenario that we're looking at right now. Okay, let me just put these, or this level in, not these. This is the previous level. We have broken through it. So yeah, I'm still kind of looking for a half decent pullback to get into this market. Right, now if I look at the lower time frames, you can see by the moving averages that we are in a consolidation pattern on the 200 moving averages. We've closed above it again. So remember what I say, third time lucky, first time, second time, third time we came play with the 200 moving averages, and we broke above it. So look at the oscillators at the moment on the hour. As a crossover, this to me is a fairly decent long entry right now. Okay, the bias at the moment is this pattern is more than likely going to break to the upside. I don't see it breaking this morning, but by the looks of things, non-farm payrolls this afternoon may actually drive this thing in a direction. So it's either down or up. But looking at what I see at the moment, first thing that I'm looking for is a long, and I'm looking for a long back up to this trend line here of 100, 090. Okay, so that's kind of my view on the DAX at the moment, short and sweet. I know we had a bit of volatility here, up, tested this trend line, and you can see from a short-term perspective, you would have drawn that trend line in to get your levels anyway. And you can see straight away as you see that kind of price action there. Okay, short, and we go short all the way down to the downside. Okay, so if I put that onto that level there, I've had 3 touches at this level, and I do have oscillators grouping again on the half hour, which is indicating a move to the downside. But what I'm looking for is maybe a little bit of a pullback or some sort of consolidation before another move to the upside. Okay, so you can see this is consolidation at the moment. I think we're waiting for non-farm payrolls at the moment, and there is my most significant level. which is 11,952. Okay, so we get down to 11,952. I'm looking for an entry, even down to 11,920. I'm looking for an entry, and if we get down to this kind of level here, 11,880 or 11,885, I'm looking for a long entry. Okay, that's kind of my view at the moment. Just going to check the 12 minutes. You can see the 12 minutes group to the upside, so I'm expecting another move to the downside. But yeah, if I go through the 12 minutes, I've broken through a little trend line. I've broken through another trend line here. So I'm expecting a bit of a pullback, and then I'm looking for my long entry. Okay, and your target is pretty much the upside of this bigger channel, and also the upside of this megaphone formation. Before we close off, just double check what's going on. The futures market is slightly up, sitting at 1200 at the moment. US markets did close up yesterday. We do have non-farm payrolls. So I would definitely be pretty careful about any trade this afternoon. But I think for me, if we can just get some kind of a consolidation, some kind of a pullback, I'm looking for my long. Okay. If we do break above the megaphone, I'm going to wait for the pullback. So if we do break above this trend line here, I want to see a pullback to come and test it before I get in for the long. So that's pretty much my view at the moment. Looking for longs and just looking for a decent entry. And I think any kind of pullback from where we are now is a decent entry. If we do break, let's get rid of all the noise. If we do sort of gap up or open up in this area, I'll just wait for the gap close. That seems to be the most logical thing, and then look for my long to continue this move to the upside. Okay, anyway guys, that's my view at the moment. Just be careful this afternoon. Definitely want to be out of this market this afternoon. And if you look at the 3 hour, you can see big down, but it's looking like a consolidation. And again, we're at a 200 SMA at the moment. Oh no, EMA, sorry. So purple line is EMA. So we're at the 200 EMA. So we've broken through it. We've come down. We've broken above it. We've broken below it. So what's basically happening here is your bears and your bulls are using the 200 moving average as an entry point. Okay, so for as long as you're below it, they're looking for a short. As long as you're above it, they're looking for a long. And that's pretty much what they're doing on the higher time frames. I don't know if we are anywhere on the daily. No, we know on the daily. But just look at this pattern. This is a flag. Okay, if that does break, it's going to be fairly violent to the upside. And looking at the daily, that's what we should be looking for. Okay, well guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.